What's going on, guys? It's Caleb, and today I have a Toyota Tacoma that is in for a detail. This Toyota Tacoma, I know for a fact, is a hard-working work truck. It definitely gets a lot of road time, and it definitely gets a lot of dirty things that just get plastered all over it. The customer who owns this truck owns his own business, and it involves a lot of car parts. So obviously, whenever you're dealing with car parts, whether they be new, used, whatever the case may be, it's going to get really dirty depending on how you handle it and depending on what you're getting. And if you look at this truck, it definitely has seen better days. Now, granted, every vehicle looks pretty darn good on camera, but this one for sure got some dirt to it, and we need to fix that. And before we go any further, guys, please, if you just take a second to like the video, go ahead and press subscribe, and go ahead and ring that bell for me. Doing any one of those things would help me out immensely, and I just want to thank everybody for the support we've had recently on the channel. I know it's weird, right? Like, I'm wearing headphones. I don't really ever wear headphones for this sort of... Oh, camera's shaking now. All right. And without taking any more of your time, let's go ahead and get on with the wheels. I went over these wheels probably 3 or 4 times before it finally came clean. I was using brake buster as I always do, but what this shows you, and not just you, but you know, me too, is that you can't really just depend on one product for every single job like you would want to. I mean, for these specific wheels, I had to go back and depend on different degreasers as well as an APC just to try to get these things to come completely clean, which at the end of the day, they finally did come clean. But you know, that's a very important thing to know in the detailing world. You can buy sets of whatever you want and use the same stuff every time, but it's not going to work every time. Sometimes you got to depend on other products, which is why you should have other stuff sitting back waiting for you to use in case you need it. So the whole idea with this truck is just to pretty much get it clean. I mean, it's a really dirty work truck. We're not sitting here looking and planning to ceramic coat it and polish it and everything else. No, we're just trying to get this truck clean and usable and look somewhat decent for the roadway, so that way the owner can use it more as a work truck and just preserve the exterior. So what that entails us to do first is a pre-rinse. I mean, we're going to take the pressure washer, we're going to pressure wash the entire exterior. There are a lot of bugs on the front end, and we're going to go ahead and take care of that, but as well as dirt just stacked in places like the gas cap area. I mean, there's so much dirt there. As you guys can see, we went ahead and brushed all that out and blew it out before we foamed everything down. And mostly we're just trying to prep this truck for really solid foam as well as a brushing and a hand wash. As fun as that was to do, it really helped with how the truck looked once we were finished. This truck really needed that attention to detail when it came to cleaning everything, and I mean, we for sure gave it to it, and as you can see here as we're putting on Beadmaker, I mean, it really did help out immensely so. It really amazes me what a simple wash can do to a vehicle. I mean, and this truck really did need it, and as I'm now putting on Beadmaker, we're putting on 2 coatings. After I do the first one, then we're spraying it down, doing another one. Even a truck like this that is just riddled with paint defects, and by that I mean, you know, scratches, marring, all that, it's a work truck. You can definitely still see gloss coming out from the Beadmaker, and this right here is exactly why I love this product so much. Even a vehicle that is just riddled with scratches, marring, swirls, stuff that prevents gloss from happening can still get gloss from putting on Beadmaker. And that's the glory of a polymer sealant that this product really is. I mean, the polymers sit on the surface, it reflects beautifully and gives any vehicle some gloss. And just a small reminder about Beadmaker, I mean, this stuff can go on anything. It can go on paint, it can go on glass, it can go on metal, anything like that, and it will give it just a little bit of protection and some gloss to go with it. This right here is a prime example. I mean, this just looks like dull paint, but as I spray on both layers of Beadmaker, the gloss just starts to form, and it's pretty cool. Now on this truck's exterior trim, we can definitely see that this black plastic trim is just eaten away by the sun. This stuff is so thirsty, and we're going to take Meguiar's hyper dressing with my brush that I usually use on tires for the tire dressing, and just go ahead and brush the product into the trim, and then we're going to let it sit there for about 5-10 minutes or so and just let it soak it all in before we go through with a microfiber applicator pad and take the excess away. Now the thing about this front little lower bumper part here, I did do the bottom of it, do not freak out. I just did not want to get on my back on the ground, go under the truck part real quick so I can see it and do it all on film. No, I just didn't want to do that, so we're going to go ahead and move on from here and work on the rear. And in the rear, that's where you're really going to see the changes made to the trim, because this stuff soaks it all in and it really does hold into it and change the look of the vehicle entirely. Sometimes it's the smallest changes to a vehicle that really make the most difference, and with this truck's trim, that really is the case. And as you can see right here on the bed line, it's really a big change. But we've come to the end of this video here, guys, and if you really truly enjoyed it, go ahead and like the video for me, go ahead and press subscribe, and go ahead and ring that bell. There's been so much growth recently, as I'm pretty much saying every video now, and I can't thank you guys enough. Go ahead and stick around for the final cinematic so you can see how the truck really turned out in the end. And as usual, I will see you guys next week.